to me so small and new. The world was bright and full of you. I held your hand through every fall. I caught your dreams, I watched them all. You scraped your knees, you raised the wind. You asked me why and asked again. And now you stand in suit and tie, but still the boy who made me cry. You're the boy who held my hand, who taught me how to understand that love is loud in quiet ways, in sleepy nights and busy days. And now you dance, you lead with grace, but I still see that little face. Forever proud, I'll always stand for the boy who held my hand. You found a love that makes you whole. She sees the light within your soul. And though you're hers, you're always mine. In every heartbeat, every time. You're the boy who held my hand, and now you build, you make us stand. But deep inside, you'll always be the sweetest part that lives in me. So dance your dance and don't look back. You've got her love, you're on your track. But just for now, please understand, you'll always be the boy who held my hand.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you're joining us from. Welcome to another learning and enlightening and healing Saturday on our discussion platform. This is the Young Women and Wives with Burdens and Blessings discussion platform, a platform set aside for the wholeness of the woman. And what we do on this platform is we look at topics that revolves around you as a woman. That a woman from even as young as the age of 12. So for this initiative, it's all about the woman from her young age of 12 up to the age of 65. And for every stage and age of her life, we define her role. She defines it. What we were able to clarify the function or the part she plays in the wholeness of herself. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for joining us every time. Now, the month of May has been a very exciting learning month for us on this platform and as an initiative, because we have our young stars come on this platform to teach us and show us their word. We've had Emanuela Iledu, a medical student of the University of Lagos, Nigeria, come on this platform. We've had Olamipo Amusa, a student of actuarial science, University of Prince Edward Island, also come on this platform. And today we are going to be having two amazing young men join us on this program. Amazing young men. Now, you would ask, oh, but your program, your initiative or the initiative is for the woman. How come you're bringing men? Well, it's a balance. If we're going to walk the woman through a journey to wholeness or the journey of wholeness, definitely it is important or necessary that we touch but every aspect of her life. We've had, men come on this platform to share with us. We've had, in the past 2 years, we've had, men come on this platform to share with us. And by the 15th of June of this year, this platform would be 2 years old in existence. And it has been a very, healing journey. It has been a very healing journey for us. Young Women and Wives with Burdens and Blessing Initiative is a transformative platform, a transformative initiative that is, all for the woman and her wholeness. Because we observe that the burden the woman carries is really so much, and a lot of women would rather keep quiet and suffer in silence. However, suffering does not, help anyone. Let me put it that way. Suffering does not help anyone. So tonight we're going to be talking about the woman now as a mother and her son. The woman, she as a mother and her son. And we're actually asking the mothers to listen to their son. One of the things that mothers world over say is that they find it very difficult or hard to understand how their once sweet, amazing young toddler became what they no longer could or can recognize. So this night, this night we're talking to, young men between the ages of 15 to 25 years old. We want them to, as mothers, to take us through their life. We want to understand what is happening, because really, it is not the desire of a mother to lose her child along the way. Now, not in terms of loss to death, but loss to that relationship and, the continuity of that relationship that probably she shared or shares with her child as a toddler. And this night we're going to be having Grant Henry Eze join us, and we're going to be having Temiloluwa join us this night. So while we wait for our viewers, I think I can see one of our speakers. Temiloluwa, you will need to send me an invite on this live for me to be able to bring you on. Temi, please send me an invite so that I can bring you on this live. Thank you. So who is his son? I say there's something that I have come to realize, and I say, being for someone who is from an African culture. Okay, I'm trying to bring I'm going to be bringing Grant Henry. So for someone who is from an culture, and aside being an African, for being from an African culture, as one who is a mother, I say something to my fellow women and mothers that, if your daughter goes away, let me put it that way, if your daughter goes away, it is not as destructive as when you have a son who has gone away, who has lost it, who has missed it in terms of, of life generally. Welcome, Grant. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if you can hear me. Welcome. If you can hear me, please let's hear you. Let's hear you. And please don't be disturbed by the fact that you might not be seeing yourself. That is how Facebook is. But I want to assure you that our audience can see you well. Okay, if you can hear me, Grant, please can you please talk? Let's hear you. Oh, okay. Grant, please kindly resend the invite, please. Thank you. Grant, please kindly resend the invite, please. Okay. So I say, see, when you have a child, when you have a male child that goes away, it is much more scary and more harmful than a girl. And I wouldn't say I'm not a professional in terms of anatomy, or I'm not a doctor, or a I'm not one who is certified as to talk about the human anatomy or anything, but as I speak from the perspective of one who have worked with youngsters, young men, and I have observed this, in them, and also one who have worked with young uh, girls or young women also, and I've observed the similarities, or rather, and also the similarities, and also the difference between these both gender. And the desire of every mother is to be able to you know love her child, is to be able to understand her child, is to be able to be a comfort, a source of comfort, a source of, a guide, a counselor, a support system, that love, no matter what it is that that child might be going through, you know, be it in your identity issues, be it in, understanding self-aware yourself, self-awareness issues, whatever it is that a son might be going through. It is always the desire of a mother that her son, she's there to help. It is generally it is the general idea in our society that um, fathers are more important in the life of a boy, and whereas there is little or nothing that a mother can do for her son, except that she, gave birth to him, she nursed him. But when it comes to, molding and helping the son be, a worthy and, a young man to himself, that a mother is not the right fit. And I beg to really differ, because we've had a lot of young single mothers do amazing work in the lives of their sons. Okay. Grant, you may need to check your network. It's saying network issues. Please kindly work on that. And Temi, please send invite on this live. So tonight we are looking at the weight your son carries, um, and how the gap that exists, because really the gap that exists between a mother and her son. How do we help the mother and her son heal that gap? Um, I know that there are some things that people will laugh at. I made an observation on our post when we were doing on our advertorial post. I saw that a lot of people so there were some people that were laughing, and I want to say that I quite understand, the reasons for laughing, because sometimes you find out that these persons might be individuals, or who have tried all they could to make that relationship work, but unfortunately are not able to make it a healthy one. Okay, so Grant, if you can hear me, please, I want to hear you talk so we can know that you can hear me.
Good evening. Good evening.
Okay, Grant, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Yes.
Welcome to our discussion platform. So while we
Thank
wait
you.
for Temi, I want to say a big thank you to you for doing this. because this tonight is a very sensitive discussion time. Because on this platform, we're very particular about, discussing relatable and experience-based, thoughts. So we do less on theory and we do more on experience, on practical. So Grant, thank you so much. We do appreciate your accepting to do this. Now while we wait
Yes, yes.
for Temiloluwa, let's get to meet Grant. Let's get to know you. Tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, so good evening, Mr. Rosemary. Yeah, like you said earlier, my name is Henry Grant, and I'm a first year student of Redeemers University. I'm currently studying English language, and I'm a passionate young boy. I love interacting, and I love growing. I love socializing, and during my leisure times, I listen to music. I tend to visit the courts. I play basketball. Is kind of a hobby,
Yeah.
and I think that's all about me, basically. Just a
Oh,
brief introduction.
thank
Yes,
you so much. That is for thank you for taking us, into that brief introduction of yourself. Now
yes,
let's go into our topic for tonight.
yes,
Okay, I'm bringing on Tammy. Okay, so let's go into our discussion for tonight. Let Tell us about you know what it's like being um, a boy or a boy now and a son. Oh, Tammy, welcome. Good evening. Welcome, welcome.
Good evening.
um
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I can't see you guys. I don't know what's happening. I
Yes,
can't see you guys.
don't worry about it. That is Facebook technical issues, but everyone can
Okay,
see us. Just don't worry. It's fine. That is
okay,
Facebook technical issues. Yeah. So,
okay.
Grant, please hold on. Temi, welcome. Thank you so much for doing this. I want to really appreciate you both for doing this because this is a woman initiative. So, when I reached out to both of you to do this, I want to say that your response and your desire to do it is really something that we want to say thank you and we appreciate you for. Okay, Temi, before you came on, we had asked Grant to take us into his word. We want to get to know him. So, Temi, take us into your word. Let's know who Temi is.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you.
All right. Nice to be here. It's a pleasure for me to be here as well. And I'm glad I'm here. So, my name is Temi, as my I call her auntie has said. All right. My name is Temi. I'm a graduate of the University of Prince Edward Island, majored in psychology. And I have a passion for being with the young ones, growing the young ones. I also have a passion for art. I was born an artistic person, it's the gift of God. So I love to design, I paint, I draw, even if I don't do it that often. So I love art and anything that has to do with designing. I try to play sports sometimes, but I don't think it's really my skill. Like my friend here said, he plays basketball as a passion. I don't play much sport as a passion, but I would love to be involved in that. And I'm very much involved in the church as well, with my faith with God. And I thank God for where I am, and I thank God for how far He has brought me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to say that while Grant is a sport person, you are more into the creative. There's a balance. That is finding your strength. Thank you so much. So let me
Yes,
get to another set of our question. Um, Grant, now I'll be asking Grant, and the same question I'll also be asking Tate. But Grant, I asked you earlier, take us into the world of what it means to be a boy or a man, from a boy to a man. Yeah, but take us what it means, what it feels like.
Okay, so uh, taking you into my own world as a boy who is who is working towards becoming a man, and I'll say it's not easy. Well, for me, because I forgot to mention earlier, I'm the firstborn of my house, so basically it's not easy at all. Responsibilities, expectations, and being the firstborn, there is this uh, there is this form of uh, almost everyone is looking up to you. You have to set an example for your siblings, and everyone is expecting you to, in the future when you grow up, to succeed. So basically, being a son has a lot of responsibilities, um, and also working towards becoming a man is something that takes process. You know, um, Puberty, uh, learning, then schooling too, and then you finally graduate and you go out there to meet the world. So basically, being let's say being a male is is something that comes with responsibilities. Because our society has made us understand that the male figure is meant to like hold uh this responsibility of providing for the family and everything. So basically, being a male is comes with responsibility, and it's also a blessing. It's also a blessing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will throw the same question to Tammy. Tammy, go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much. I think one thing I'll say is that many a times we, as the male figure, do not even know when we transition from a boy to a man. It's like it just happens, and we grow into it, and then we just realize, wait, I'm not taking a lot of responsibilities. I'm now thinking for myself. I have to get this done. I have to get that done. I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking of now. I'm thinking of the people around me. So it's something we grow into in becoming a man. And as my brother said here, that there truly is a lot of responsibilities, and the responsibilities doesn't come from ourselves alone. It also comes from the way society has presented men to be. It's even worse in certain traditions, right? That you ought to own an identity and do this and do this and do that. So the journey of becoming a boy to a man sometimes we are unaware of it. And that's one thing I noticed even when I got here. I was like, wait, you just look around you and say, well, there's something a friend of mine once said, that there is a point in life where a boy becomes a man. And usually what makes that is the experiences you go through. I came, I didn't say in my introduction that I'm overseas, I'm in Canada, and I came here as a young boy. And there are many things I had to learn to do, many responsibilities I had to take on, and it made me who I am today. So, more than the responsibilities and how overwhelming it could be, it is also a blessing, as my brother said, that yeah, I'm glad that I can become who I am. I'm glad that I can do this, make decisions, look forward to the best, look forward to the future, make things happen. So, in as much as it's an overwhelming experience, it's also a beautiful experience that sometimes only a man can understand.
Thank you so much. I want to put out that I love the, articulation. I love the concision in your, you guys' choice of word. Thank you. Let's our topic tonight, is about you as a son and your mother. Okay, so tell us about your mom, Grant, and Tammy. You also tell us about your mom briefly. Tell us about your
Well,
mother. Tell us about the relationship you have with her, and please be be real. Let me pray. Be real. Put the bad the ugly.
o-
Okay, Grant, go ahead.
okay, okay, ma. So, my mom. Well, my mom is I'll start from the good side. My mom is every mom, or let's say my mom is caring. I cherish my mom. She's loving. She's always there for me. She provides. She she's there when you need her the most. She's just she's just this kind of easygoing person. She she doesn't like, let me permit me to say the word wahala. You know, she she's the best.
Oh,
She's the best. And you see the bad side, and I believe this is common to everyone. My mom is not the kind of person who makes use of belt or cane, to beat. But my mom can shout. Ah, no, 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 no. She 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 can shout. But I tend to see it as she only shouts when she wants to correct, you know, and I believe is somehow justified. But sometimes the shouting is out of hand. She can shout even when she's not meant to shout. She does. And my mom is someone that I really look up to. I really look up to her because she sets this loving atmosphere for me and my siblings. My mom has always taught us that we should love ourselves, because there's nothing like siblings love. And she has always taught us that there shouldn't be anything like sibling rivalry. you know she and my mom is a god-fearing person. She's a god-fearing person. My mom can disturb you if you have not done Bible study. She doesn't joke with that. But basically, I love my mom. I cherish her. She's my world. Yes.
thank you so much, Grant. Yes, Tammy, please.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful, Grant, by the way.
Mm.
My mom, she's an amazing woman. I've learned a lot from her and have become majorly who I am today also because of the influence of my mom upon my life. One thing I know is she's very intentional, very prayerful. She cares a lot. If she, there's this superpowers about mothers that when they hear your voice, they know something is wrong. Yeah, they'll hear your voice. What's wrong? Are you okay? My mom is that kind of person. So if you know you don't want to ask her what's wrong, be fine before you call her. But she's an amazing person. I know she worries a lot, and I think that's in it with mothers. They want to care, they want to know what's up with their children, they want to understand how things are going, but she worries a lot. And sometimes I'm like, there's really nothing much to worry about. Just keep trusting, keep believing. I love my mom so much. She has invested so much to where I am, and I do not take it for granted. No matter what, no matter where, I promise I do not take it for granted. And I thank God every day that she is in my life because I don't know where I would be without her. Thank you.
That's very emotional, guys. I'm very sure that your mothers are proud of you. I was laughing here anyway. Thank you so much for that. So I'm going to ask you, can you describe what it feels like for you as a young man between within your age range? You know, what it feels like to be your age, that your mothers do not fully see.
Okay,
So,
so
Grant, go ahead. Yes.
uh, what it feels like to be my age. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about, and I would love to start with peer pressure. You know, peer pressure is something that we at my age, within my age range, that's from 15 to 25, we often face, you peer pressure, your friends telling you to do what you know that your mother uh, won't like or won't love you to do, and there's also de- depression, you you being I feel that there is this, sometimes you can just be depressed. I don't know. Something can just happen and you just sit and be like, no, 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 no. I really don't love this situation. And let me also come to the romantic life.
Hmm.
Within our age, within the age range of 15 to 25, that is when our hormones tend to build up when we want to like explore our feelings. So most of the times, um, mothers tend to not understand that feeling, because there are sometimes that a child will want to tell his mother how he's feeling, and he's afraid because he doesn't know what he his mother will say. Especially if you are coming from a strong um, Christian background where they don't fancy anything relationship, or you going into anything relationship, and
Hmm.
within this age, there are many things that we really face that if we start breaking it down, from peer pressure to relationship to another one could be financial, finances. Within that age range, we tend to really need money. And most of the times when you begin to state your demand, they feel, what do you need money for? And most of the time that money is basically, maybe you want to look good. That's the age range where we tend to want to look good, smell nice, you know something like that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Grant. Tell me, please. I almost there, Pastor Tim. Tell me, please.
Thank you very much. I think I'll majorly want to make one point. The age range of 15 to 20, 22, 25 is where um, we are thinking a lot of becoming. That is where we are thinking of our passion, our goals. What does our future look like? What do we want our future to look like? We are always in our head. And sometimes, especially if you are living with your mother, she'll think you are being distant, or she'll think you are being resistant. What's always wrong with you? You're becoming a big boy. But the truth of the matter is, we are just in our head. What's the next step? How can I go there? It is that stage where we are trying to make something out of ourselves. So we are no longer just thinking of playing or watching movies or just being there. We are thinking of becoming something. So I term it as the stage of becoming. So most of the time we are analyzing, thinking. Sometimes we worry too much. We actually do worry too much, and those around us that have noticed it could say there is really nothing to worry about, but it happens. And I will add that I think this is also the most important stage where we should have number one, our mother's love, counselors around us, because our mothers, number one, have gone ahead of us. Our elders have gone ahead of us. They've been through what we are going through. They know what we are. thinking, they know how it can affect us. And sometimes even at that age we can be rebellious. It's a youthful we can tend to be rebellious that you don't understand. But I think it's also the stage whereby, in as much as we have become, we should also listen to those who have gone ahead of us to see how we can also take control of ourselves, because usually these feelings, these ideas, these emotions overwhelm us. And many a times, and I promise you, many a times we don't know what to do. Again, they have presented it in a way that you should always know what to do, and we cannot confess that we don't know what to do. So we do something and it ends up becoming wrong, and then there is a problem. So we're in that stage of trying to make something out of ourselves. And many times, as you said, you just be depressed, you'll be angry, you'll be upset. I don't like who I am. I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else. And you don't even know why you're angry, but it's a very, very emotional state that I think most importantly we need the understanding of people, we need the understanding of our parents, and we need counsel. And we as ourselves also need to listen and pay attention to those counsels. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, I'm learning. Oh, I must be honest with you. And to everyone who is joining us as audience, like, thank you so much for being here. I am very sure that mothers are getting, you know, are getting clarity and help, because I am sincerely, I never knew such is how your world is. And I have two sons, so I thank you for being real and for helping us mothers this night. Thank you. Okay, I want to ask, what kind of pressure do you feel today about becoming a man, and where do you feel that pressure comes from most?
I can go first.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Pressure comes from a lot of places, and I think the major place pressure comes from is in the area of finances and making something out of yourself as a man. Unfortunately, men could be judged with how much they have, how good they look, and how good they can present themselves, their status, their standing. It's quite unfortunate because it does more harm than good. So I think pressure usually would come from, oh, what are you doing to make something out of yourself? And how fast are you doing it? How quick can you get it done? Because you need to get it done. You're going to get married in a few years, you're going to start a family, you're going to even take care of your parents, you're going to take care of those around you. So for me, one thing I've noticed is in the area of finances. And even we ourselves as men don't like it if we don't have enough to support when we want to, right? And it's also a natural thing that we grow into as well. So mostly in the area of finances, I would say I have noticed the pressure from. Thank
Mm.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Grant.
Okay. I would like to back up what my fellow speaker had said concerning finances, and like you rightfully said, that's where most of the pressure comes from, because in our and most of that pressure comes from society, tradition, belief that the firstborn is, or will I say, the male child is meant to carry the whole responsibility. So therefore, putting a lot of pressure on the male child, and then he begins to think of how he will make it in life, how he will get money, and in that state, he becomes what's it called, depressed, because when he finds in the latter end, when he grows up and isn't able to fulfill that that wish, or let's say that responsibility put on him, he becomes they see him as someone that, will I say, as an outcast, someone that didn't live up to his potential. So the pressure of finances, the pressure of being the head, because they really expect the male child, especially I want to focus on the first born here, or will I say the first male child, because they believe that most decisions that are to be made in the family, or most decisions that are to be made is to be made from the firstborn. So when the firstborn, or when the male child is not performing, is not doing what he is meant to do, then the society sees it as something wrong. So one of the pressure there is the society, pressure from the society, pressure from the parents, pressure from uh, basically from the society, and from the parents, wanting their sometimes when a parent sees that their male child is not uh, living up to expectation, they begin to worry, and the male child tends to drift, tends to drift. You understand? So basically, pressure from society, the pressure from society, expectation, high expectations that that the male child is expected to live up to. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, earlier, Timmy made mention of something, and that is when he said that, that most times mothers, because we are older, we are experienced, we have gone ahead, we know, things that, our sons don't know or have not seen or experienced. So, and aside, I feel that aside society now, the world we live in, is in such a way that you have to be able to, you know, fend for yourself or take care of yourself. And there are laws and principles that govern, the life that you as, a son or a man or a boy needs to learn. And one of it is that the fact that you need to learn to work. And even though it is not only applicable, working now is no longer applicable, meant for or earning for the man, for the boy or the son. Even now, everyone is hustling. Let me put it that way. But I want to say thank you so much for the perspective. I'm not going to say anything because we are listening to our sons this night as mothers. We are listening to our sons this night, and I'm really grateful to you both for sharing from your heart. Thank you so much. So let me take a question from our audience. So Onimechi says, okay, he said, God bless you, young man. Finances is number one. No, he now said, what about a man or a son that does not live or stay with his parents, someone like him? Okay, I think Temi should take that question. Temi, please take that question. For someone, a son who is not living with parents, who doesn't have parents, and is so Temi, please answer that because I think I believe you are in a better position to answer that. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Sir, I just want to understand the question. So, someone who is not living with his parents, are we
Yes,
speaking
he said,
about
so
financial?
I believe he wants to say that how does the person survive financially?
How does the person survive financially if he's not living with
Yeah,
his
I don't know,
parents?
but I think that that is what he's looking at because he
Okay.
just said, what about, yeah.
Okay. Majorly, I think it also depends on the context of where the person is. The location of where the person is one big thing. In a country like Canada, you have the opportunity to work and earn money. But I've lived in Nigeria, it's not the same, right? And it could be more difficult, let's be honest. We can say, oh, a man should go out and work and make money, but sometimes they'll be telling you, well, there is no work to work, right? So I'll speak in two contexts. If you're in a position whereby you have the opportunity to work, whether you like it, whether it's not pleasurable, whether it's, start with something. Um, Words they say, if you are faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much, right? Start with something, and whatsoever is worth doing well. It is a sign that you're not willing to grow if your hands are not effective with anything. I don't have much to do. I have this little to do, so I'm going to do it. It may not make sense. Maybe, for instance, I have a skill in design. Okay, I don't have a job. Let me be designing and posting it online. Or let me be doing one thing and posting it or be sharing it. Oh, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. As my aunt said here, that there are principles that sustain life. And the principle is start something. If you are faithful in it, you would find advancement, you would see results. It may not be immediate, but you will definitely grow. That is part of the principle, right? So it is wisdom here to work with principle and trust that I don't have much to do. The opportunities are not much, but I'm going to do something. And I want to say something to every young man listen to me, that you have the time to build. You have the time to invest in yourself, invest in your life. We spend most of our times complaining when we can spend that time learning one thing or another. There is something I learned that changed my life even till today, and it says, if you succeed, it's your fault. If you fail, it's also your fault. So I don't have work to do, but I have a book to read. Let me read this book. Let me gain knowledge. Let me go out here. Let me go to the library. I'll read this book. Let me gain knowledge. Because the more you know, the better things can change around you. So take the responsibility, make the effort, and you see life begins to give opportunities to you. That is how we succeed. That is how we build. It is another thing when the man is not doing anything, he's sitting there complaining. I think that's also where the problem could be. But if you are taking responsibility, God in heaven, the principles of life will push you to get results. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tammy. So my next question, I would like you both to share from personal experiences. Personal experiences. So my question is, at what point do you think communication between a son and mother starts to shift, and what causes that shift?
Hmm.
Grant, go ahead.
Well,
Izuchukwu,
um,
go ahead.
so thank you. I I believe. Sorry, the question again. The question.
Okay, at what point do you think communication between a son and mother starts to shift, and what causes that shift?
Okay. So uh, I what I think is that communication between a mother and his son, or her son, has to be built. You know, Uh, so I feel when communication starts, the time communication starts to shift is when the the son and his mother do not do not seem to, would I say, seem to agree. And when I mean agree is, for example, take for instance, uh the son brings maybe an idea or tells his mom that, okay, mom, this and this is what I want to do. This is what I feel I want to do. And the mother, instead of being supportive, is not, but rather shuns the child, saying, maybe saying that what he or she is doing isn't is not valid, or doesn't really bring out any, does not have any output. So the boy not getting support from his mother could lead to communication shifting. Because I believe as a mother, they say motherly love. There's something called motherly love, and I believe mothers are one of who have enough love for their male children. So when there is no support, and communication has not been built between the mother and the child, communication tends to shift. The child tends to not talk to the mother. And also, it could also be from the son's side. Maybe he or she has been, maybe he or she is being involved in something that doesn't require his mother's attention. Take for example a male child who is involved in drugs, for example. He or she will not want to communicate with his his mother, because number one, the drugs are like when he's addicted to, they are like comfort. So instead of sharing the problem with his mom, or trying to get out of that situation, he or she will rather rely on that he sorry I'm sorry he will rely on that drug, as comfort, instead of sharing it with his mom. So basically, is when I feel is when a male child is involved in something that doesn't require his parents' attention, or he or she does not want his mother to know about, that communication tends to shift.
So, um, okay, like I said, I'm not going to be asking questions or analyzing or anything. And we're just listening to our sons this evening. Thank you so much, Grant. Tell me, please.
Thank you so much. I would say a good son will always want to make his mother happy. And there are stages in life whereby it feels like our mothers don't understand what we are saying. And it could be lack of communication or misunderstanding, or if we just understand it clearer. And before I even go ahead, permit me to add that even we ourselves many times are trying to understand what it means to be a man and how to relate with women as well, because our mothers are also women. And you can't just give them point one of the information and expect them to be okay with that. We also had to learn, I had to learn to give my mother details, because you can't just tell her one part of it and say, okay, she understands now. So there is also a balance between the way we communicate to them and the way they hear or receive what we say. But moving ahead, I think that many times is when we are trying to do something and we don't want, permit me, constant calls, constant worries, constant how's it going? Have you done this? Will you do it? When will you do it? Which is part of a mother's love. It's a beautiful thing, but sometimes we refrain from informing our mother of certain things until they are completed. Now, you allowed us, you permitted us to speak from a personal point of view, so this is my personal point of view. I don't let my mother know certain things until it's done. Because in the process, it can become difficult because of our constant inquisitive nature, right? That, oh, have you done this? When will you do this? That kind of response. So that communication sometimes can deter, can deteriorate, can go down when we're in that stage of trying to fulfill something, trying to do something, and we don't give them every single information. And I think to conclude or to summarize is sometimes they only receive the information when it's at the end, and it doesn't always not always pleasant. It doesn't always build the relationship, but sometimes we refrain it because of that constant inquisitive nature of mothers, and we just want to do things on our own. And I know that we've done things on our own. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll continue to say thank you to you both. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for this, for what you're doing this night. Thank you so much. So from what you both have said this night, is it suffice to say that um a mother you know should try to understand, should try to, will I say, try to understand when she's needed, and I know when you need to chart your own course and find your own way. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Can I ask, what is one thing you wish mothers truly understood about young men in your age group? What is that? Just one thing that you wish a mother understands, or understand, not just that mothers understood about young men in your age group.
One
Just
thing that
one.
we wish mothers understood about young men in our age group. I think I would say is to understand that we are growing and we are building, and they need to trust us. We will make mistakes, but we have to take risk. We could jump into the fire, but hopefully we will not be burnt. So I think they need to really understand that, okay, oh, my son is not drifting away from me, he's just growing. Because the more mothers, because if mothers think that their son is drifting away from them, they begin to take actions to try to, bring them back and keep them, and that only makes men drift further. So I'll say simply and short that what I believe mothers should understand is that at this age group we are growing, we are learning. This is not for them to refrain from teaching us, counseling us, telling us, the wise words, telling us which way to go. No, but it's for them to understand that at times we'll take risks, we'll do things, but it's all part of the process.
Thank you so much. Grant, sorry, Izuchukwu.
So, like Temiloluwa rightfully said, we are growing, and we will surely make. We are growing. One thing that mother should do is that we are growing. We make mistakes, um, but in the end, we will surely come back. And all what I feel they could do to really to show that they really care is support. They should support us. Uh, that's basically it. They should just support us. We might we might err, uh, even though they should support, show their utmost support, give their utmost support to whatever they are, to whatever we do during that age range. Because I believe that a child, a male child tends to let's say to succeed more when he receives support, when there is support while while going through the phase of life before becoming a man. So when there is support, there's this there's just the it feels easy, you know. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been an amazing, time talking with you. I just feel that this is more like, sharing. And it's been, there are so many questions that we would ask that we will possibly ask. I don't know if any of our audience have questions to ask our, speaker, but please, if you have questions, let's have it. Okay. Um, Okay, so Yemeti said, yes, how does he survive financially? I think Temi has answered that. Find something to do. You can never run out of, what to do. That's what Temi said, not from my word. So I have two more questions. I will call it a day, and I will say thank you so much. Now, yes, you have told us that, oh, as mothers, give us space, just show your support and everything. But I want to ask, what are the signs that you as a son show to your mother that represents a cry for help? And that would, that shows that, oh, this is a cry for help. I need my mother to be here for me. What are the things, that what are the things that a mother should look out for that shows that this is a cry for help from my son? Tell you first, please. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. I was speaking, but I wasn't sure if you could hear me. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Sorry about that. You asked what are the signs that a mother should look out for to as a case to my son needs me or a sign for help. Um, the truth about the matter is I believe that a son or a good son will never run away from a truly loving mother. And no matter how much of a man we grow to be, we always still need the arms of our mother. That is right now here in our lives. And if they are to look for signs, sometimes it could be, you know, it could be an overwhelming amount of silence. Um, is down, and it's so down to the point that in the midst of family, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't say anything, it doesn't want to relate with anybody. It could be that he's in a position whereby he needs help. And it made me remember a story I saw a while ago, not that far long ago. This woman, it was from a movie anyways, this woman had a farm The father built this farm, and the responsibility of taking care of the farm was given to the son. The son made bad decisions unintentionally. He had good intentions, but he made bad decisions. And the farm was going down in profits, in everything. Everything was going down. And the mother was asking, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? Of course, as a man, you say, don't worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. And it kept getting worse. And I believe what the mother did was to invite the elder brother into the situation. Go and talk to your brother. We don't know what's going on because he's not telling us anything, but go and talk to him, right? And see what is actually going on. So sometimes, in as much as we want to prove that we have the strength on our own, we can be scared to reach out to our mother that this is what is going on, or because you don't know what they will think. Big boy, you cannot handle this yourself. So sometimes we are scared, and if we can only get that arm of fellowship, it could be through another person. We will come back. We will. And as I said, no true man is running away from his mother's love. The most important thing is that we just try to get things done and do this and do that, but we will come back. I think the signs is, maybe an overwhelming silence. Things are not going well in your life. You know, that's what I could say from our point of view. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Grant, I don't know if you want to add your own thoughts to that. So what are the telltale signs like that represent a cry for help that shows or tells the mother, oh, I need you here for me?
Um, Thank you. Well, I don't really have much to say, but I would just love to chip it in. And one, what from my point of view, what I can say is uh the child's need. You know, he or she uh when he or she needs help, when he needs help, he his mood changes. You know, his facial expression, or he becomes distant. And I believe that once a mother notices, like I, I tend to believe that mothers are are sensitive. They are very very sensitive to to male children's uh, when a male child is down. So once a mother notices that his her son is down or feeling distant, she uh, she should take action.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I want to say a big thank you to you too. And I want to chip in this from my point from the mother's side of the whole thing. I want to say that we've heard you. We thank you for taking us into your own world. I remember when my first son was 7 years old, I intentionally went straight to join the Teens Church in my church to work as a coordinator in the Teens Church. And when I got there, he was like, "Why are you here? Why are you not in the picture? Why?" And I said, going to be, I'm here because I'm going to be a mother to a teenager, and I want to give myself 6 years to work with them, learn them, and just to help me. And the irony of it all is that even with the years that I stayed and working with teenagers, I found out that you cannot know someone in an Nigerian language. You cannot know someone finish. except, they share with you what they are going through. And I want to also let you know that as mothers, I think it's just our way of being mothers. Like, we worry a lot, we are bothered. And sometimes also for mothers who also try to have a balance of, repping like a father, we are some of us are very firm, some of us are we set boundaries. We tell you, okay, fine, you are emotional. You are in trouble. You have to get up and get something doing about the whatever situation you are in. I know. So it is not because we want to shout or scream, but because life has taught us, just like Temi pointed out, life has taught us that if you don't get up to take care of whatever situation you are in, you might remain there forever. And there is nothing worse than the end where you live in regrets and then say to yourself, oh, what would have happened if I had just faced that challenge and faced that difficulty? There's something that I keep telling people. I say, see, I, for one, I know that there is challenges on my way, but I apply the law of motion. I just know that as I keep moving, even in the midst of the storm, I keep facing it. It may want to crash me or break me, but I know that I have moved from where I used to be to another point, and I am no longer in that situation. Rather, I move towards the answer or a way out. I want to say a big thank you to you for doing this. Thank you so much, Temiloluwa Mayubo. I hope I got it right. And Izuchukwu Henry Eze, bless your heart. Thank you so much. And please keep your door open. We might be coming again. Oliver Twist. Or we should not Oliver twist that we are. Thank you so much. And to everyone who joined us tonight, there are so many questions I would have asked. But I believe that with the few that Izuchukwu and Temiloluwa has answered to, I'm very certain and convinced in my heart that help has come to that mother who feels that massive gap between her and her son. Take that step, to healing, to healing you, to healing that gap between you and your son today, mother. It is not a one-day thing, it is a journey. And I bet you, with this that we have heard this night, there will definitely be a change. Until I come your way next week, Saturday, thank you so much. My name is Rosemary Henry Eze, and this is the Young Women and Wives with Bodies and Blessings discussion platform. Thank you so much, Temi and Izuchukwu. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.